Hey there guys, before I start the video I want to thank you all for the 300 sub sandwiches. Now I'll never starve. But yeah, seriously, I want to thank you all for the subscribers recently. I never really thought that I would receive that much, let alone making videos for you guys, but still, I want to thank you all. So recently though, I thought that since my channel is only centered around me telling other people as to why some of their videos suck, for now at least, for every couple of 100 subscribers, I'll actually be giving out a shout out to a non-commentator YouTuber within the beginning of the video. For my first shout out, I'll be giving one to a user called the Faceless Critic. The Faceless Critic has been reviewing movies that came out at theaters at that time, and then he gives a rating from an A+ to an F. Some of the other stuff that he's been doing within this channel is some occasional Let's Plays as well as daily vlogs that he's been making at the start of this year. He's been doing this for less than a year and a half now, and the fact that he's only had around like 200 subscribers at the time of writing the script is kinda saddening to me personally. And for any reason, if anybody disagrees about some of his content and might have a few disagreements within his points or whatnot, I do think that you can take the criticism and then put it into good use within the future videos. And random tangent, I don't know why, but I want to do a co-op commentary with this guy soon. Anyways, his channel link will be in the description down below, and tell him that I sent ya. I think he'll appreciate it. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy commentary number 15. It says here within my commentary resume saying that I should at least do one commentary on a text-based commentary. Well, alright, sounds easy enough. Now, who's my target for this evening? Alright, not really anything to go by here, especially since that this is his first commentary, but I might as well give it a shot. And random question, but who am I defending for this evening? Oh, you have gotta be shitting me!
You don't know about me!
Hello there everyone, and welcome. My name is A363MTR, here to kick some ass because I got your back. In order to explain as to what today's commentary is going to be about, let's go ahead and talk about who's going to be involved within the video. First up, we have T-Bitten192. All that you need to know about him is that Leafy is here to do a reaction commentary on one of his videos, and T-Bitten made a response video to Leafy about the subject. Then we have Monster Drink Fan 605. Who is actually Lyric Shooter, which I'll call him that throughout the video. Basically, he was an overdone topic within the CC, and he came back from, I want to say, a year-long hiatus and decided to make more commentaries again. Then we have Midnight Fantom, who decided to make a commentary on that. Yes, the same Midnight Fantom who was a bandwagon and is now considered to be a dead horse, mainly because of how he rejects all of the criticisms that the CC gives him. However, in a surprising twist of events, he actually started doing commentaries not too long ago, but I haven't watched all of them to give my overall opinion. Though, judging from his first part on Lyric Shooter alone, I'll know when he makes a decent point when pigs start to fly. Finally, we head towards our overall subject of today's video, who goes by the username of Dr. Gordon. Dr. Gordon did his first commentary on Midnight Fantom's first out of the 3-parter commentary. However, instead of using his actual voice to convey his thoughts on the subject matter at hand, he uses text for his interjections on Midnight Fantom, in which case I need to make a point right now. People do discourage those who use this text for the commentaries for a variety of reasons. The first part being that people will typically do things while playing someone's video within the background, and to have text display in the video instead of using some kind of voice discourage people to do that, even if you use rock music for your interjections. Then there's also the part that most of the jokes won't work that much, considering that you need to have expressions, emotings, or what have you, and at times I couldn't tell if what you said was supposed to be a joke or not. There might be some other issues within text commentaries, but I personally think that these are the major problems within text commentaries. So because of this, I'm gonna have to take away your music privileges that you use throughout the video, which, by the way, the quality of it is absolute shit. Don't believe me? Take a listen. Instead, we will have Boonslayer reader interjections, and in return, he'll receive $7.
And you're sure that you're gonna pay me at the end of the video?
Yeah, I'll pay you at the end, sure. Anyways, Dr. Gordon will be the third degree for the video.
And then there's more.
So, with all of that being said, let's take a look.
Hello YouTube, this is Midnight Fantom here. Today I'm going to be tearing into somebody that's been on my radar for a long time now. Not really because of me, but because my fans have been telling me all about him.
46 subscribers, that sounds like a bigger fan base.
First of all, I gotta say this now. When I first saw not only the thumbnail of the video, but also the first few seconds of the video without you introducing yourselves or whatnot, I actually thought that this channel that you're currently in was a secondary channel for Midnight Fantom. And really, if you don't introduce yourselves to everyone and explain as to who you're doing the commentary on, then you're gonna confuse your audience. Also, just because it's not a big fan base, that doesn't mean that you can still have fan. I mean, there might have been people who haven't subscribed to Midnight Fantom yet and would still consider to be a fan of his content, or the fact that those 46 people who subscribe to him are actually a fan of his videos. And finally, since when does the size of a fan base have anything to do with the video, especially when it was only a couple of people suggesting Midnight Fantom to do a video on someone?
That person is of course Monster Drink Fan 605. He made a commentary on me that I never responded to, mainly due to the video that he responded to being disowned by yours truly.
Sounds like it took you 1.5 years to respond to him. Good comeback.
Sorry for being an extremely nitpicky bitch here, but what's up with the spelling and grammatical mistakes? I mean, 1.5 years instead of 1.5 years. It should have been an instead of in, and comeback being misspelled. And for anyone who's going to say, oh, but he might have not learned English properly, or why should this really matter? For the first part of my defense, he corrected himself with an annotation replacing here to year, but it questions me as to whether or not he even checked the video before making it public. In fact, if you are going to be doing text within your commentaries, why not put it in a Word document to check some of the errors and then copy-paste it into your editor? For the second part, well, just wait a few more points. He's gonna gripe to Midnight Fantom about his grammar soon enough. Also, what was really the point of your entire interjection? Like, I really don't get it. Is it bad to wait to make another video 1.5 years later or something? If so, then why? You don't really explain shit to me. If this was a joke, then I honestly don't really even know at this point. Even if it was a joke, I just personally felt like as if it was an unnecessary pot shot, which also doesn't really make sense considering the nature of why it's so bad to wait for 1.5 years or whatnot. Oh, and spoils! He may have done this again by calling him a hypocrite within the next point that he makes. Okay then.
Today we're going to be taking a look at his commentary of T-Bitten192. And right off the bat in the title of his commentary, he uses a fat joke that was stolen from A. Salieri's review of Pissed Off Angry Gamer's Nintendo GameCube review.
Wow, he ripped off something. Wowee, I never know he rips off of stuff. Where's your proof? I want to know. BTW, you don't have proof that he does unless you interrogated him. Or did some research.
Did some research, huh? You wanna know something interesting? He provides some proof within the video. Something in which case they actually cut it out.
Life is like a box of chocolates. They're delicious and I want to eat all of them!
And you want to know what's interesting at this point here? It's the fact that you miss a good point to make. As, to be fair, Lyric Shooter was referring to the quote from the movie Forrest Gump, where the main character would say, "My mama always said, life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get." Now someone might say to me, but isn't that what Dr. Gordon was saying? Well, no. His major point was about whether or not if Midnight Fantom does have any proof. In which case he does, but it's just the wrong kind. As well as how it's not supposed to be a fat joke to T-Bitten. If it wasn't his point, then that's still kind of his fault as he could have worded himself better.
Hey, what's going on you guys? This is Monster Drink Fan 605 here, back with another commentary. Now, I'm sorry if it's been a while since I have done a commentary, but I've been hanging out with my friends a lot this year, and it's probably been like 1 year or 2 years since I have made a commentary. I think it's actually been a year, I think.
And one of the first things that you'll notice is that he tends to ramble on. A lot.
Boo-hoo, cry me a river. Rambling on. I don't really think that's against the law. You never made the rule book of America.
Well, yeah, it's not in the rule book of America, nor the fact they even made it. But what Midnight Fantom was doing was that he was suggesting to Lyric Shooter that he shouldn't ramble on and on about something that isn't really all that important within his intro. And while I didn't like the way that Midnight Fantom actually interjected, I mean, personally, I would have interjected later on, he does actually have a somewhat decent point. Shocking, I know. Is this the part where pigs are starting to fly? There are some parts of Lyric Shooter's intro that really could have been either shortened down or be left out altogether, which includes the part that I'll play next, maybe the part where he explains who Leafy is here was, and to me personally, how he came across the material.
My last commentary was last year's because last year I did do a commentary on one guy which kind of sucked though, and I gotta admit, I agree, the commentary does kind of suck though, but I don't think this one might.
Man, I'm getting fucking bored, and I can only imagine what the audience feels like, your audience and my audience. So for my audience's convenience, I'm just gonna skip all of your, as in Monster Drink fans, rambling.
Isn't that the pop calling the kettle black? Throughout this entire, it's just him complaining in the video and not even giving good criticism, but only once he does. And I will get to that later, folks. You're saying you're getting bored of this video, considering it's probably just a 9.5 of you complaining.
Even though for the fact that he's actually trying to debunk someone's points and or give out criticism. I mean, some of these aren't really good ones, I'll give you that, but you can't really deny for the fact that he's trying, I guess. Also, couldn't one argue for the fact that in some sort of way, he has the right to complain at stuff, as in, he's expressing dissatisfaction or annoyance about an event? There's a difference about complaining about something the right way, and then complaining about something the wrong way. And some of his complaining is stuff that actually seems to make sense, like Lyric Shooter's rambling, for example.
What's going on, guys? Steven192 here, back again, another vignette. I'm fucking angry today.
Why? It's because you didn't get your extra small condoms?
Wow. Wow. You're really gonna start with a cheap shot. And not even a good one. Wow.
Hey, maybe he wasn't trying to be funny. Sarcasm doesn't really have to be funny. Maybe he's just making a big giant ass of himself.
You know, I'm not really sure as to whether or not if you even get this point. You know what? Hold my hand. Let me help you out of the maze. Midnight Fantom was saying that the pot shot that Lyric Shooter made wasn't necessary, hence how he said, you're really gonna start with a cheap shot, suggesting that, well, it wasn't necessary. He follows it up with how it wasn't even a good one to begin with, which was completely separate from the making of the cheap shot itself. Also, the maybe he wasn't trying to be funny comment, yeah, no, I'm not buying it. I mean, it was clear that Lyric Shooter did laugh at the end, which could suggest that he was trying to make a funny cheap shot against T-Bitten. Even then, just the way that he said it sounded like as if he was trying to get his audience to laugh at the funny insult that would totally get me internet famous. So I highly doubt for the fact that he was trying to be serious. And then there's actually this part that Midnight Fantom actually skipped over.
Sarcasm is anger's ugly cousin. From now on, unacceptable.
So, couldn't that be something in which case that he was trying to make a joke but wanted to note for the fact that it was sarcasm? Even if it was serious, this brings back the argument of, why is the pot shot needed within the first place? Wait, hold up. The comment about maybe he was making a big giant ass of himself. If that was on T-Bin 192, then how does that really justify your point? I mean, it was just the beginning of T-Bin's video, so I wouldn't really see as to how it would really be needed here. Hell, you didn't really explain as to why he was making a big giant ass of himself. But if it's on Lyric Shooter, then did you not just realize that you're technically agreeing with
Midnight Fantom here.
I mean, for you to point out that Lyric Shooter is trying to make a big giant ass of himself is you repeating the point that Midnight Fantom wanted to say, right? I mean, someone accidentally agreeing with Midnight Fantom. And a somewhat decent point at that. Oh no. This really cannot be happening. I really should have kept my mouth shut at times. because there seems to be a flying pig on the loose!
First of all, he doesn't stutter that much throughout the entire video. In fact, this is one of the few parts where he actually does it, a lot. Secondly, worser, are you fucking kidding me? You're going to critique someone's grammar while at the same time mistaking suffixes on the level that a first grader would? Wow, you really are a fucking hypocrite. Yes, as worse as Billy Madison. At least he's doing it in earnest. You can tell he's playing a character. You aren't intentionally fucking up your grammar as badly as you do.
Well, let's take a look at your grammar and your username, Midnight Fantom. Yeah, if you're trying to be cool with it, you're failing miserably.
Oh, I'm sorry, but is there a guideline about trying to have perfect grammar about someone's usernames? Like, I'm sorry, but this is probably some grade A bullshit here. Especially since why does usernames have to be so important about making things professionally as possible? Till they're here, nitpicking at its finest.
BTW. He wasn't hating on the movie character, he is hating how he's compared to him, but with a completely different understanding. So chill.
Wait, is there something in which case I'm not really getting that right now? I mean, what does this have to do with anything?
Oh, well, I mean, I am mad, but I'm not. I don't know if he means cry. What kind of mad guy? You know what I mean?
Okay, one thing, buddy, please lose the gibberish, okay? Cause my ears are now starting to hurt right now. You're just as worse as Billy Madison.
Yes, as worse as Billy Madison. At least he's doing it in earnest. You can tell he's playing a character.
Oh. Huh. I guess you actually made some decent point, I guess. But I have a question. Why the fuck didn't you give me any context? In fact, better question, why did you even cut Lyric Shooter's part out? Actually, wait, no. I've noticed something during the editing phase of the commentary, but no, that point wasn't even decent to begin with. Midnight Fantom never said anything about how Lyric Shooter was hating on the character, even with some of the stuff that you cut it out. Hell, all Midnight Fantom was doing was to state that Lyric Shooter had a major flaw towards fucking up his grammar. Though, granted, Lyric Shooter was mainly talking about stuttering, and in some way, Lyric Shooter is kinda the one to talk, but never mind about that. My point is that you, Dr. Gordon, are not even debunking Phantom's point, and I'm questioning as to whether or not you even have a PhD.
This is a volcano!
Okay, I said this once.
Oh boy, I can tell. I can tell that since the last thing he said was about politics, and he's a Donald Trump supporter, and since you're critical of him, that you're about to make yourself look really, really fucking stupid. Brace yourself, audience.
I'm sorry to say this, but you can do so much better than doing the same. Like you complaining.
Wait, what? I don't even understand what your point here is about. That Midnight Fantom was complaining? Complaining about what? I mean, it sounds like you're getting onto Fantom for interjecting with an insult that has nothing to do with what's being said, by interjecting with an insult that has nothing to do with what's being said.
Wow, I'm actually genuinely impressed because, yeah, generally people like you make fools of themselves in moments like this. But considering that the theme of this video appears to be very political, I would not say that just...
What about the video of yours that got commentated on by him that was terrible, like he said in the video? The video that he commentated on you before when you flipped out is because someone posted a video about you or copied your video. Isn't that kind of making a fool out of yourself? Yeah. That is a sign that hypocrisy is rising from the sewers, but it still doesn't change the fact that you done it.
Oh, I'm so terribly sorry, but how does calling someone out on making a fool of themselves have anything to do with this comment about how he's impressed that Lyric Shooter didn't make a fool of himself just yet when it comes towards politics? This point here is entirely unneeded because of how you're just trying to call someone out when, at this point, it doesn't need to be. It's like saying how I like candy, but then someone randomly accused me of stealing the candy from a baby earlier. Even though that I technically did. Another thing about it too was the fact that he even said it within the video itself, that he disowns the video that he made. So I'm having a hard time when you're calling him out for stuff that he actually regrets making.
Are you sure about that, buddies? Because I heard some...
Oh boy, he had to pause in the middle of his ad hominem attack. This is gonna be very, very fucking bad.
Kid who actually just, reported that he was molested by some guy that stole his balloon. I think that was you, buddy, so I think you should check the FBI most wanted list.
Wait.
really
Hold up
fucking
for a
say
second. Should I? I mean, should I make the argument that you missed an easy point to make? I mean, that generic facepalm clip that Midnight Fantom made was generic as fuck. You didn't really catch on to that? No? Okay then. I guess we should continue on then. I worry about you sometimes.
Did you really just fucking say that? Like, there was no punchline, that was just fucking awful. That was like the cheap shot equivalent to sharding on stage in front of a large audience. It was disgusting, awkward, and saying that it was unneeded is a severe understatement.
Not upset about the criticism that he just gave. I am upset that he repeats it throughout the video.
Is this seriously the noise you make whenever you fuck the neighbor's cat?
Is this video seriously going to be nothing but a bunch of cheap shots?
See?
Yeah, I want you guys to remember this point, because you know how the saying goes. It's gonna bite him in the head. I think that's how the saying goes.
Isn't that supposed to be the ass, though?
Ew, no! Why would people want to eat asses? That's just... No! That's just disgusting, okay? Before I continue on, I'm going to be playing the small part of the 0 degree within the commentary because Midnight Fantom left it out, and it's somewhat important within the context of the next 2 points.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
Angerism? What the hell is an angerism? You could probably say toxic anger syndrome, or you can just
I am starting to get that he kinda makes his argument bad when he just played that twice. It kinda ruined the whole entire video. Sorry for the spoilers.
Yeah, because someone who has shitty jokes or shitty ways of making/telling jokes means that someone will always make shitty points. I mean, am I right, Air Tsunami?
Your jokes sound like they came from a joke book in a library's closet. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if your faggotry came from there too. Honestly, you should probably head back into that closet now, you monotone birdman.
I'm gonna suddenly end the video here and drink a bottle of bleach. Tastes like lemon juice. Someone's been sabotaging my bleach.
Oh my god, did you really just say that? No, T-Bitten meant exactly what he said. Aneurysm, as in the bloating of your arteries. The expressed form that he used it in is generally used to express extreme anger or frustration. He did not say angerism, he said aneurysm, as in A-N-E-U-R-Y-S-M, aneurysm. It is a medical phenomena, I guess, that
I don't know
can
where
cause
you got
you to die.
angerism.
But hey, I give Propso for explaining that he made a mistake.
Can you, I don't know, elaborate that point to me a bit? Because I don't know as to what you mean by that. Like, if it was with Lyric Shooter saying that he made a mistake, then where did he say that? If it was with Midnight Fantom and taking a pot shot against him, then I don't get it. Wait. Oh, it was about Dr. Gordon giving Propso to Midnight Fantom about Lyric Shooter making a mistake. If that's the case, then I must say pointless interjection is pointless.
Ow, my ears.
Ah, come on, you pansy, it wasn't that loud.
FYI in your argument, after when I rewatched the video, he actually did kinda hurt my ears. To be truly honest, your argument is just so fucked up.
Wait, what noise?
Wait.
Ow. That. Look, if you really wanted to provide some evidence against Midnight Fantom, then you could have at least gotten a clip of T-Bin screaming like a pansy so that you can try to have your audience follow along with the context of what's going on, and then they can agree with you. Yeah, Midnight Fantom was mainly guilty about cutting that part out as well as cutting most of T-Bin's video, and trust me when I say that he's not getting off the hook. But what you could have done was to bring the clip back in so that the audience can follow along, because without that final evidence, then they can't back up as to what you're saying. Also, I know for the fact that I'm not really debunking your point, but I didn't really find that to be that bad, nor did it hurt my ears. I mean, I usually have my master volume on my computer to be at 15, my speaker monitor being as high as it gets, my YouTube volume to be as high, and finally mirror and headphones. So you would expect me to... Wait. All three of you guys didn't even say as to whether or not your volumes were high or low enough and actually show me exact details of how you listen to it. I mean, yeah, each different pairs of ears can be different for everyone, but without really providing those pieces of information, then it just feels like as if all three of you guys are just arguing over something that's just completely subjective at this point. The worst part here was that you, Dr. Gordon, said that his argument is just so fucked up, when it was really just a matter of subjectivity.
Damn it, you're an ear raper. I'm reporting you to the ear rapist.
God, even when you're trying to be funny beyond really cheap shots, you come off as really, really fucking stupid.
Please referee to my beginning statement of this video.
Oh, let's see here. The beginning statement of the video, and that was, oh yeah, something to do with the size of Midnight Fantom's fan base. Wait, how the hell does that have to do with the lyric shooter's delivery of jokes again? Wait, you meant Midnight Fantom's video instead of yours? Honestly, given for the fact that it really wasn't near anything towards the beginning statement of Midnight Fantom's video, as in your video was in 2 minutes and 53 seconds of your own video, and 2 minutes and 42 seconds of Midnight Fantom's video, this point should have been, please referee to the statement about cheap shots and whatnot. Also, if this point were to be the case, then isn't it ironic when you complain to Midnight Fantom about him repeating the points earlier within the video, but yet here you are repeating the same goddamn point that you've made earlier? Yeah, at first glance, this point was considered to be nitpicky on my end, but the thing was that he was using the overall, please refer to my previous point trope without adding in anything else to that point, so it just felt like as if this point that he made was kinda pointless. And you know what, since I feel like I'm going to repeat my points and the fact that I couldn't find any more points to debunk, I'm just gonna end the video here. So, as obvious, my main issue was the fact that you didn't really provide evidence yourself to the audience that everyone would know as to what's going on. I mean, like I said, except for a couple of moments here and there, Midnight Fantom was guilty of having the 0 degree out of the commentary, but that doesn't mean that you should leave it out as well. If and when it does happen, then bring those back in so that people can follow along. And then there's the fact that you've done this commentary with only using text that has horrible grammar and spelling. Yeah, about that shit has gotta go. If you want to make commentaries, then I suggest that you should use an actual microphone so that you can deliver your jokes better than what you have. And don't worry about your voice being out there. I highly doubt that someone would figure you out with just your voice, and even if that was the case, then the chances of that are pretty much slim to none. Anyways, that's the end of my commentary. I want to thank Boonslayer for reading the text for me so that those people don't really have to read it for themselves. If you guys found issues within the commentary, then leave it in the comments down below, or you may have my permission to do a commentary on this video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I especially wanted to thank you for the 300 sub sandwiches that you've given me. For now, however, my name is A363MTR, saying have a wonderful journey through the depths of space and time, but until then, I'm signing out.
You seem to be forgetting something.
Wait, what?
My paycheck? Where's my $7?
Right. About that, I don't have it.
You what? What did you do with it?
Well, you see, I need to buy myself some bleach after someone switched it to lemon juice.
Okay, this whole lemon-scented bleach joke is just getting
I'll do a co-op with you!
Make it 2 try-ups and you got yourself a deal.
Done!
And a cameo.
Wait, what? You're asking too much, man!
You owe me $7, you pigeon sh-
I'm a turtle. What's up, motherfuckers? Midnight Fantom here.